welcome back to FanFit's House, a member of the Real Fans Network. I'm Emma.
And I'm Gabby, and in this episode we're going to be going back to the happiest places on Earth to discuss some recent expansion announcements for both Disney World and Disneyland.
Yes, and we're also going to be discussing what we would do as CEO of the Disney parks.
So, shall we get started?
Of course. So, Gabby,
awesome.
What would you do? What would be your first thing you do?
Bring back free fast passes. Number one thing.
Okay, I have something similar on mine being bring back the Fast Pass Plus system.
Which is like the same thing, right? But just like on your phone.
Ours, you can book it out like 60 days prior. Or you used to.
Okay.
Prior to your vacation for the whole trip.
Yeah. But yeah, my number one is bringing back free fast passes. Because I'm very heated about this. I do not like Bob Chapek. I said it like that on purpose because he's cheap and he only cares about the money.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, did you see that announcement that Disney Parks posted that like he had sent an email to the cast members and it was like his plan for the next 100 years of Disneyland? And I was like, hold up, you think you're going to be around for the next 100 years? Try 6 months, bruh. Like, and one of them was like, listen to our audience. And everybody in the comments was like, if you really cared about your audience, you would quit. Like,
yeah.
The whole comment section was that.
Yeah.
Which, like, we don't speak for the brand or company at all.
No.
At all.
At
I
all.
need to, like, neither of us work there, but, like, these are our thoughts and opinions.
In the near future, you will notice that how I skirt around things.
Yeah. Just, these are our opinions and thoughts. Don't come for us, people. Just our thoughts and opinions.
I'm just realizing how many of ours are very similar.
Yeah, they're pretty similar. So yeah, that's like my number one thing is fast passes need to be free again because that was the best. Mm-hmm. Also, we need Fast Pass Plus where you could do it on your phone.
60 days prior.
60 days prior.
60.
Yeah, we need that.
Yeah, because it was really nice because you like that's when dining reservations open up. They open up 60 days in advance. So you could book dining and Fast Pass reservations at the same time.
Yeah, which is great.
Yeah.
Also, I would love it if we could make dining reservations again, because, like, the last time we went, like, we tried to make reservations for dining, and literally nothing was open.
I know. It's easier here at Disney World because we have so many places.
We don't. We have, like, a handful of places that are open. And that was the most frustrating part. And, like, so Zach has a Disney credit card.
Oh, yeah.
And so when we go, we buy everything there on his card because he gets like 10% off of like certain things and we get like discounts on stuff.
I thought about signing up for that one.
Yeah.
Before getting my annual pass. So that I could use it for my annual pass.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. So we were like, great, we'll use it. And like you get 10% off on select restaurants. Only one of the restaurants was open that we get discounts on.
No.
Yeah. Only one of them was open.
I'm adding another one to mine before we even get there. It's going to be bring back character dining.
Right? I know it's like a COVID health and safety thing, but like
I went to one restaurant that's normally a character dining early last year. Like February, my birthday. It was actually like right around Valentine's Day or my birthday kind of time period. It was on Valentine's Day, actually.
Okay.
I remember that. And it was the Be Our Guest restaurant where you go inside Beast Castle. Mm-hmm. And normally you can meet Beast when you're exiting. Like, he doesn't come around to each table. He has, like, a special meet and greet spot.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of just, like, walked around to each of the rooms and, like, bowed and then, like, walked away.
That's weird.
Nowadays, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
Also, I don't like how they did that restaurant post-COVID, so probably will not be going back there.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just like, it's so frustrating when you want to eat food at like an actual sit down place. Like most of the places that were open were like carts or like windows. Yeah. And like in Disney's California Adventure, there's like 2 or 3 places
like
where you can actually
Circle
like sit.
Is like one of them, right?
Yeah. Like there's Carthay Circle, and then there's like the one place that serves wine. It's like a vineyard style place. And then there's like a little food court type deal in like their fisherman's little wharf area. Yeah. And there's a Bodine's bakery, and the Bodine's was closed, which is a shame because Bodine's is like amazing. It's my favorite part of going. And then there is supposed to be like, you can get in line and get, on one side it's like Asian style food. I don't know exactly what it is because it's like kind of a mix. There's like dumplings, and you can get like bao sandwiches, and you can get like a banh mi and like spring rolls and that kind of deal. And then on the other side, it's like chicken fingers and like that kind of deal.
There's a place like that in Epcot.
Yeah, and both sides were closed.
Interesting.
Yeah, so we ended up going to get food. I think we had to go to downtown Disney to eat, but even then, like, everything was, like, there was so much that was closed. And that was the frustrating part, is, like, we're like, we just want to eat some food. I've had one churro cart
at Studios recently, Hollywood Studios, because they don't have that much food options there to begin with. Mm-hmm. So that it just became very hard to find.
Yeah.
Epcot's the easiest. Epcot is easy. I love Epcot. I'm an Epcot
There's food
girl.
Everywhere. You take a step and there's food.
Especially because they keep on doing festivals. Like every 2 weeks there's a new festival, it seems like.
I'm jealous.
Well, the festivals will end like after their 2-month run, and then 2 weeks later it's the next one.
That's nice.
Yeah.
But yeah. This last time that we went, I wanted to get churros, and I could only find one churro cart that was open, and it was hidden behind the Matterhorn. Like, it was so frustrating to try to get food, and like there were carts everywhere, but there was nobody manning them. And I think part of it was like a staffing problem. I don't think they had the staff to maintain everything.
Know that Disney World, at least, they were trying not to serve like popcorn or like walk around and snack food like pretzels and stuff during the pandemic, like early pandemic, when masks were still mandatory outside. Yeah, this was in June of this year, so when you could still wear masks. You didn't have to wear masks at all. Last year. It's 2022.
Or you didn't have to wear masks inside or outside if you were vaccinated. So like we were like, oh, we're fine.
Yeah.
And like we were just walking around, and like we couldn't find anything. That was the frustrating part. It's like we were just freaking hungry.
Yeah.
So I say bring back food carts. Also, really quick, I have to ask, what's your favorite Disney snack?
There's a very specific place, and when you come to visit me in over here in Disney World, in Tomorrowland, they have the cream cheese pretzels. That's like
I've heard of these.
It's so good. Because like they have a sweet one that has like, it's like cream cheese, not frosting, but kind of like a sweeter cream cheese inside of it, and it has like cinnamon dusting. But then there's the normal one, and it's just such a great snack. I love that. But I don't really go to like Tomorrowland to get snacks, if that makes any sense.
Kinda, yeah.
But, like, a good Mickey pretzel is always fun.
Okay. If you're following us on our Instagram, to go to our latest Instagram post and let us know what your favorite snack is. But, yeah, because mine is churros.
Yeah.
And I think I've mentioned that about 100 times. Yeah. Everybody knows churros are my favorite. I will post my favorite photo of me at Disneyland. It is my absolute favorite photo of all time.
Or Dole Whip.
Dole Whips are fire, too.
You can get them at most of the parks nowadays. It used to be just at Magic Kingdom, but I know Animal Kingdom serves them, and you can get them, I forget, they have like an alcoholic version that you can get at Animal Kingdom.
I love that.
Hold on, let me find
Here
it.
in California, you can only get it at Adventureland.
Yeah, that's where it is in Magic Kingdom. It's like right next to the Tiki Room and Pirates and all that.
Yeah, that's the only place you can get it here.
Animal Kingdom, it's in the Africa section, right by the Festival of the Lion King show, which is my favorite show. So, you can go in and get that and then go watch the show.
Very nice.
And this is not coming up. I'm trying to find alcohol.
I have some exciting news for you when we get to the expansion parts.
Okay. So,
did you just hear my wrist crack?
Yes, I did.
That was so loud.
It's,
Sorry.
Dole Whip with rum. You can get just the regular Dole Whips, or you could get it with dark rum in it.
I like that idea.
That
sounds good. That sounds fire. Put that on the list for when we go.
Yes. They came out with it in 2018, so they've... yes.
Genius.
It's in Harambe Market in the Africa section. It was named that way before Harambe.
Before?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we have one of those here, too.
Interesting. Ours is just like
or
in
maybe,
Animal
I don't
Kingdom.
know. Maybe it's not here. No, there's something similar. Oh, no, I'm thinking of the one at the San Diego Zoo. Just kidding. Just kidding. Okay, so anyway, moving on. The next thing I would do is I think there used to be a long time ago, a bus loop that you could take to get to the parks, and it was free.
Interesting.
So you could just hop on a little bus, at least I think. I'm not quite sure now. But I could have sworn there used to be a thing where you could hop on a bus and you could just like go to the parks from the hotels. And if it doesn't exist, it needs to exist and be included with ticket price.
I have something also very similar to that I'll cover later.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Let's see. My next thing is to lower ticket prices just a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe not like so much that it's like crazy, but like we're getting to a point where ticket prices are so astronomical that it's like infuriating to even try to go. Like it breaks the bank. Like the whole point for like Disneyland and Disneyworld was like the average American family can go and like have a good time.
Yeah.
But like now it's gotten to the point where it's like the average upper 1% American family can go and have a good time.
Yeah.
Or you have to save your entire life savings to go.
That's pretty much me with my annual pass right now. I'm struggling to save money.
Yeah.
To buy it.
Yeah. So like, I don't know. I think it's a little ridiculous how expensive things have gotten. And they just had a price hike too. Did you see that?
Yes.
That like food and merchandise inside the park is getting a price hike?
Yeah, I did. Which
So
already is so expensive.
Mm-hmm. I think it's going to get to a point where eventually people are just going to stop.
Yeah, I think so too. I think we're already starting to get that
anymore.
At Disney World.
Yeah.
At least.
No, I think at both parks, like, people are fed up with the prices.
Yeah.
It's just too much.
Especially because
But you know what?
a certain CEO is cutting back prices with less entertainment and less character meet and greets and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Less employees.
While upping the price.
Let's see. The next thing on my list is already kind of happening.
Okay.
So, like, it's cool. I thought of this before I looked into, like, the revamps and stuff.
Yeah.
But I want to revamp Roger Rabbit's cartoon spin.
We don't have any Roger Rabbit representation in Disney World.
Literally, Roger Rabbit is so old. There's a reason you don't have it there anymore because it's so old.
I don't
We're
think
the last
we ever
generation
had
to know
Roger
it.
Rabbit. Unless
I don't know.
Unless it was like a character meet and greet at studios, we never had it.
Yeah. But like it's so old. Like
It is.
like that movie is well over 30 years old. Like the people our age are like the last group of people to have seen it. Plus, it's like really awkward cuz Jessica Rabbit's in it. And like she's cool. But like she's also just like a little too sexy to be in Mickey's Toontown.
Yeah. We just don't
Like,
have
Mickey's-
Toontown.
Yeah, like Toontown is geared for kids. And we'll get to that when we talk about the revamp that's happening this year of it. But like, I just think it's not right.
So, because I had to look up Roger Rabbit in the parks.
Uh-huh.
He was featured in the backlot studio tours that no longer exist.
Yeah.
They like
and
had
then there was a
stuff
meet and
from
greet
the movie.
opportunity with Jessica Rabbit that's so weird. Have you seen
Yes,
that?
I have. I follow
It's so
that
weird.
Helen girl on TikTok.
On TikTok, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, basically, a long time ago, they used to have a meet and greet with Jessica Rabbit. And, like, she had these, like, enormous, like, cartoon boobs. That was huge, right? Because, like, in the movie, she's just, like, she looks like she's got a hump in the front and a hump in the back. But anyway, so they had this, like, super cartoony figure on her. And then, instead of making her a face character, because that would be too sexy, she had to wear, like, this mask that's, like, the creepiest
I think it
thing.
was because she was going to be seen with Roger Rabbit, so they didn't want, like, one fur character and one face character.
I don't know. It's so weird.
It is.
But then, like, there's this awkward slit in the dress that you can see, like, her real leg through.
Yeah.
Like, it is just bizarre.
It is.
I'm very glad that they pulled those. That was not a good idea.
Roger Rabbit looks good.
Nothing else. Yeah. So, anyway, let's see. I would also add more rides to California Adventure. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like California Adventure, there's like 2 or 3 thrill rides, there's a few little kid rides, and like you're done. So, like, I would take that area that was like the wharf, maybe, because there's no food there anyway. And like, maybe put something there, or like, I don't know. I like that they added new rides when they redid Pixar Pier, but they just added one, and it was the Pixar, what is it? The not
the Incredicoaster, because I used to be California Screamin'.
Yeah, no, it's an Inside Out ride. What's it called? Bing Bong's Emotional Whirlwind. That's what it's called.
Thank you for reminding me of one of my ideas that I completely almost forgot to put on.
So, there's that. So, like, that was nice, but like a lot of them are like more geared towards younger kids. And I just think that we should have 1 or 2 more rides in DCA. And I think they're getting that way with like Avengers Campus. Like, maybe they'll add something else. And like, cause like they already added Web Slingers, so they might add another one. And like, I would also really love to see a show, Rogers the Musical, go into
guys
the
who
Hyperion.
created that song want to make it into a full musical. They came out with that.
I'm here
recently.
for it. I'm here for
Same.
it. And I think they should do a 40-minute version and put it in the Hyperion Theater, and it would be perfect.
It's right next to Avengers Campus.
It literally is. And it would be so good. And right now it's just sitting there empty. And there's,
Yeah.
if they're not going to do that with it, then they should put a ride in there because there's so much space.
Yeah.
I'd rather they not put a ride in, but you know.
No.
There's also this big building. I don't remember what it used to be, but now it's just like this empty giant building that has like extra Avengers merch that you can buy.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's kind of a waste of space right now. I think they should put something there. I think it used to be like the back building of Muppet Vision 4D, maybe?
I forgot that you guys don't have Muppet Vision.
Yeah, now we only have PhilharMagic. Don't get me started. I'm salty about it.
We have both.
I know.
Just come visit me.
It's expensive. Yeah. We were literally just talking about how expensive it is.
I know.
At least it's cheaper to come here.
Yeah.
Because you only need to buy 1 park ticket.
Well, you can borrow a park hopper pass.
Yeah, but you're buying a park hopper for 4 parks rather than 2.
So, I've done all
Makes a
4 in one day.
That's nuts.
I think the best experience I did with park hopping was the 3 in one day that I've done. I've done that twice. One time was when my sister had a wheelchair, so we had the wheelchair fast pass. So we got to go on. It was like right after Pandora had just opened in Animal Kingdom. The Toy Story Land had opened in Hollywood Studios, and the Frozen ride had opened in Epcot. And we went to those 3 parks and did all 5 new attractions that were in all of those with my sister's wheelchair pass.
Very nice. So yeah, those are my thoughts so far. So my next thought is, I kind of like Pixar Pier, but I kind of don't. I kind of want them to change it back.
I agree.
Like, I don't know. I understand the need for more IP in the parks, especially in California Adventure, because it was seriously lacking. But, like, I don't know. For me, it just feels so weird. Maybe it's just because I grew up with it being, like, California Screamin' and the Ferris wheel. And, like, I grew up with it being... The first time I went, the Ferris wheel had the big sun in the middle. It wasn't Mickey Mouse yet. It was still the sun because it was still pretty new. When I went, when I went for the first time in 2005, California Adventure was like 7 or 8 years old. So it was still relatively new.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and like you used to walk in and there used to be these giant California letters on your way over there before you walked in, and like there used to be this giant thing of like the Golden Gate Bridge, and like it was like it was so weird, but I loved it. Ow, I just kicked a trash can. So I don't know, I have like such a fondness for that older style that they used to have. I know it's like not enough IP and kind of lame, but like, you know what? I liked it. Let's see. You know, we already talked about having more character interactions, walking around.
Yeah. That's not a thing at all at Disney World. They have like their meet and greet spot. They don't walk around. The only place it is like that is Spa 2.
Yeah. Because, like, right now, we only have characters, like, in buildings. Like, you see them from afar. You don't even, like, have spots to go do meet and greets right now.
They just started bringing meet and greets back for us.
We haven't yet.
Yeah.
But, my next thing is I would like to see, like, a little bit of a different style of Pixie Hollow. Like, you know how you guys used to have 2 little rooms for Pixie Hollow? Like, you meet like Silver Mist and Tinkerbell, or like Fawn and Rosetta.
Yeah.
Like, I wish we had that, because like we only have 1 little room.
Okay.
Or like 1 little area. It's outside, but like there's only 1 little room, and so like I wish there was like another one. Yeah.
Okay.
Make another one so that way you could have 2.
Yeah.
Let's see. More villains walking around, part of the character interactions thing. And then my last thing is I think they should have turned Splash Mountain into Emperor's New Groove.
Yes.
I think that would have been a golden opportunity.
Oh, the lever crunk.
Yeah, exactly. You're going up and you're going up and you're going up, and then you hit the top and you hear the wah, pull the lever crunk. And then you fall, and as you're falling, you hear wrong lever. Like, tell me that wouldn't be perfect.
That would be perfect.
So, and then you could have little crocodiles at the bottom.
Yeah.
Because, you know, she comes up and she has the crocodile on her. So, I don't know. And then, I think it'd be kind of backwards, but, like, I think you should do the rest of the ride as, like, the actual ride they go on.
Yeah.
You know, when they're going in all the loop-de-loops and
yeah.
I think they could theme it like that, like the rest of the little thing when you go down and then you go back into the building, and like, you know, the part where you hear a zippity-doo-dah. I think like that.
Okay.
So those are my thoughts.
I'm going to go a little out of order on my notes.
That's fine.
And And I'm going to start with one that also incorporates a ride based on Emperor's New Groove.
I love it.
So, I want Disney villains in the parks. So, I thought of this Dark Kingdom section of Magic Kingdom.
It's really cool.
Thank you. So some of the attractions that I've already come up with are a water ride, kind of like Small World, or the Navi River ride in Pandora, themed for Hades and Hercules. That would be a Hades Underworld boat ride.
Which is genius.
Thank you. And then a roller coaster based on Isma and Kronk, starting with Pull the Lever Kronk, because we have to.
Yeah.
One of my favorite ideas I came up with is a Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique based on Cruella de Vil, the House of de Vil.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yes. And then, so the Disney Cruise Line, they have a show called Villains Tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I say bring it in, because it's like a 40-minute show. So it would be kind of like the Frozen at Disney Hyperion, or the Beauty and the Beast show at Studios, and do Villains Tonight. I don't know if you've seen the video of it online.
I'm not, but I've heard a lot about it, and I heard it was really good.
Yeah, so it follows Hades, and his evil-ometer is failing. So he, enlists all these helps of different Disney villains, from Maleficent and Isma to, Evil Queen and those guys, to bring back his evilness.
That's cool.
Yeah, and they do, different, versions of the villain song. So it's, Cruella de Vil and all that stuff.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I really like that. I guess I'm just going to go I'm going to go to the top and do
Wait, I like this last one. You missed the last bit.
Oh, yeah. And then villain and villain sidekick character meet and greets. Because we only get them at Halloween time. And y'all got so many better villains than we did during Boo Bash this year. I'm so mad. We don't ever get, any cool villains. And y'all just got, Agatha and Oogie and the live action Cruella and Meg and Sid and all them.
And Hades.
Yeah. Meg used to be at the parks. At the Disney World parks.
Yeah. Well, I feel like it'd be kind of remiss to have Oogie Boogie Bash and not have Oogie Boogie there.
Yeah.
Just a thought.
Speaking of Meg, I read somewhere once that there's enough room in Epcot to add 2 more countries.
I saw that.
Yeah. Add 2 countries and have one of them be Greece so we can get some Hercules IP.
Thank you.
In Epcot.
Yes, please, and thank you.
Yes.
And make the other one something that we could get Atlantis.
Yeah, I was thinking that, or because all we really have is Mexico. It's a lot of Asian countries, and then Europe. So then doing Colombia, so we could get some Encanto representation.
Encanto.
And have, all of them meet, and not just Mirabelle in Disneyland. Actually, I read somewhere that they're putting her in Animal Kingdom, which is stupid.
No, if they're going to put anybody in Animal Kingdom,
it should be Antonio.
It should be Antonio. Yes.
So I'm just going to go to the top and then do my biggest thing last. You know what my biggest thing is. So, bring back Fast Pass Plus, already talked about.
Yep.
Bring back Magical Express, which was the free airport transportation to Disney World.
I agree.
Because now it's going to be some sort of train that's not even opening until 2026.
Yeah.
2026. And it's going to be $15 for adults and $10 for kids.
In the meantime, bring back the Magical Express.
Or just get rid of the train. Why are we getting a train?
Because it's more convenient, don't you know?
Either make the train free or get rid of the train.
Yeah.
Also,
no, I think
as someone that went to the Orlando airport way too many times during winter break, they still have the Disney Magical Express signage up everywhere in that airport.
Bruh.
And it makes me sad.
Orlando. Fix it.
ever since Disney World starting to do all the updates to Epcot, Animal Kingdom became the weakest of the parks. Especially right now because Everest is having its stupid refurb, but it's not fixing the Yeti.
I thought it was because of a structural issue. Like, if they try to replace or fix the Yeti, that the whole building would collapse.
Yeah. It's something like that, or like that they have, like, however it landed, they would have to at least take, like, the top part or something like that.
Yeah.
Off. Which, like, closed the ride down for a little bit. It's being closed from January to April for refurbishments. Right now.
So maybe they will fix it.
There's no news of it, hopefully. If not, I would do that. Just add more rides to Animal Kingdom. Because there used to be 3 in the dinosaur section, and now there's only 2, because they got rid of one of them.
Mm-hmm.
There's the 2 Pandora rides, so we're at 4 right now. And then there's the Safari, 5. Mm-hmm. And Everest, 6. There's only 6 rides at Animal Kingdom.
Question.
Yeah?
Is Animal Kingdom the park that has that kite show that everybody's been posting
Get
videos
rid of that
It's like
stupid
so
kite
ridiculous.
Yes.
I saw the videos and they crack me up because it only works like 40% of the time.
Just get rid of that show.
The other 60%, it's like terrible.
Oh, and there's the Cali River Rapids of 7 rides.
Oh, there you go.
But the Africa section of the park has no rides besides the safari.
What would you put in?
I would do some sort of Lion King ride for sure in the Africa section.
That.
Like maybe like the elephant graveyard escape.
Ooh, that'd be
like
cool.
An escape with Nala and Simba. That was the first thing that came to mind, so
who knows?
Who knows? That
or maybe Indy. Do you guys have Indy? You guys have Indy in Hollywood Studios, huh?
Yeah, because we have this. Yeah. Well, we have the stunt show for Indy.
Oh, you guys don't have a ride though?
No, we don't have a ride.
Maybe put the Indy ride in. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Just bring back Nemo to Animal Kingdom, the Nemo show.
Mm-hmm.
Add the Nemo ride that's at Epcot over to Animal Kingdom.
Why is it at Epcot?
I don't know.
That makes no sense.
It's in, like, the Living with the Land area, so that's, like, where Soaring is, and that's where the Living with the Land ride is that everyone loves, that I don't understand.
They said Nemo.
And they also put Nemo because it's in the Seas Pavilion. Oh. So it's the Living with the Land and the Seas. And in the Seas area, it's going to soon be water, and they're going to add a Moana thing that we'll talk about a little bit later.
Yes.
I know. I'm so excited. And then my last update to Animal Kingdom is, so in the original version of Animal Kingdom, when they were first making it, which is why in the logo you can see a dragon, they had Beastly Kingdom, so it was like mythical creatures, like dragons and stuff. And in the original version, it was good versus evil, so it was going to be like unicorns on the good side, and evil was like the dragons. But I don't know if I would do that. I think I would do it like a dragon section, so then we could have like Ryan the Last Dragon and Mushu and Elliot and like the dragons of Disney.
Mm-hmm.
And then do like a mythical horse section, like with Pegasus and like the centaurs from Fantasia and all that. And then the only idea that I'm keeping from it is a Fantasia garden section that they were originally going to do in that area.
Yes.
Yes.
Pink hippos.
Yeah, like pink hippos, all that stuff. Also, a Pegasus ride that's kind of like Flight of Passage
like
at Animal Kingdom or Hagrid's.
Motorbike, right?
Yeah, motorbike. But
that'd be cool.
The area that it was going to be in became Camp Minnie and Mickey, but then when they closed Camp Minnie and Mickey, it became Pandora. But they're getting rid of almost everything over where Dinosaur is, except for the Dinosaur ride. Like the main one.
Why?
What?
Why?
Because it was, so it looks run down, because like that was the whole charm of it.
Yeah.
but like the rides were getting so old that it was like very bumpy and like that the whole ride,
now it's just old.
Yeah, it was just old. So they're getting rid of all those rides and then not adding anything there. So make it Beastly Kingdom, please.
Yes, great idea.
Thank you. And now I'm going to go back to the top because I want to keep my Star Wars thing for last.
Okay.
I'm not a huge fan of the Figment ride. Change it to Inside Out. You're already having the Inside Out characters meet in the exit for the ride.
Mm-hmm.
For no reason.
But so many people love Figment.
Add him to my dragon area of Beastly Kingdom.
Okay. I feel like that's a good compromise.
Yeah. Everyone knows my thoughts on Fantasmic at Disney World and how we need to get rid of the Pocahontas thing. Get rid of the Pocahontas thing. But yeah, change it to the Disneyland one with Peter Pan and Hook fighting rather than Pocahontas.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really lame, you guys. It's so lame.
And then characters walking around rather than being stuck to like their meet and greet spot.
Mm-hmm.
And adding more characters.
I agree. I think every park could, or I think all of the Disney parks could.
One that I've been saying for a while
face characters.
Is we're getting in a place with technology where we could, and they have done with like the Star Wars droids, animatronic meet and greets.
Mm-hmm.
Make realistic Lion King ones.
Thank you.
And put it in Animal Kingdom.
Or even like the puppets that they have in Animal Kingdom that are so freaking cute.
I've met them.
They're so cute. Something like that.
Yeah. Just something.
I don't see why it's not a problem. I think they could make the realistic with the droids. Like, we even have, like, Lightning McQueen and Mater. Exactly. Like, there's not somebody there. That's the reason they have so many operators is because they have to operate them.
Exactly. I don't know. I would just add more characters, especially, honestly, Epcot also needs more characters. Because they have, like, one per country.
Pavilion.
Unless you're, Norway, who has two.
Mm-hmm. Which is Anna and Elsa, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But, like, in the Mexico Pavilion, they have, like, all this Coco stuff, but no Coco character meet and greets.
What?
The only character that meets in Epcot is, Donald in, like, a sombrero.
What? In the Mexico Pavilion?
Yes.
Like, from Three Caballeros?
Yes. But it's just Donald. Like, add the Three Caballeros, add Miguel from Coco, add, like, I don't know, add characters.
Mama Coco.
Add Mama Coco, add someone. Canada Pavilion needs Brother Bear.
Yeah.
I'm mad. Also, y'all get all the cool nighttime events. We don't get any. All we get are Mickey's Not So Scary and Very Merry Christmas. And then we used to get
Wine and Food Festival, right?
But those are during the day. I'm talking about, like, the nighttime, like, after-hour events. Like, the Star Wars night that just got announced for you guys, or tickets just went on sale, or whatever.
Yeah,
or
they went on sale this morning.
Sweethearts night. Or all those stuff. We don't get that.
Yeah. We're also getting... Oh, what was the other one?
What was the other one? I had it in my notes at some point. But...
there's one other one that we're getting to.
Is it like Throwback? No. They used to do Throwback Night, and it was all the, like, retired characters. So
Villains Night is one that we're getting. Okay. I wish we were getting a Throwback Night. Could you imagine?
Yeah, you guys used to do that with, and it would have, like, Merlin from Sword in the Stone and all, like, the discontinued characters that they bring back for, like, one night. And Jane from Tarzan. Madame Mim. What's the gorilla in Tarzan? That doesn't narrow it down.
That's a lot.
The main...
I know who you're talking about. The mom of Tarzan.
No, not the mom.
Oh.
The, like, friend.
Oh, I can't remember. I don't know.
Her?
I haven't seen that movie in so long. I don't know.
But yeah, that. And then I also love how I also...
Elanwi! Can we get an Elanwi? That would be so nice.
What?
Elanwi from the Black Cauldron.
Yeah.
And, oh my gosh, what's his name? The little monkey thing.
I don't know.
From the Black Cauldron.
Yeah,
you know who I'm talking about. Oh my gosh. Andy will know.
Andy, come on the pod.
Andy at Andy Digenova. What is his name? I can't remember.
And then my last one before I get into my giant one.
Yeah, it's literally huge.
It is so huge. I have so many thoughts. Is do anything with the other Disney fairies, like from the Disney Fairies Tinkerbell franchise.
Please.
Because we haven't had the other fairies like Rosetta and Silver Mist and Fawn and Iridessa, all of them show up since May 20th of 2014. I was 13 years old last time. Next month I will be 21.
Yeah. That's like a long time. Plus, like, they're so cool.
They are.
And like they just came out with new ones not too long ago, like the pirate fairy princess or whatever. And what's the one with Periwinkle?
Oh, Secret of the Wings.
Yeah.
It's so bad that I knew immediately what you were talking about.
Which one I was talking about. Yeah, but those are like relatively new.
Another thing you could add to Animal Kingdom instead of the Beastly Kingdom, Wakanda.
Mm-hmm. That would be perfect.
Because we can't do Spider-Man or the Avengers, see our first Disney Parks episode for that explanation. But we can get Black Panther, we can get Guardians, which is why we're getting a Guardians ride.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of Black Panther, did you see that little girl at Disneyland talking to the Dora Milaje? I know I'm saying that wrong and I'm sorry.
You
but
sent it to me and I cried.
It's adorable. So if you haven't seen this video, I will link it in the description of this episode. It is actually the cutest thing I have ever seen. But it's this little girl talking to the Dora Milaje in Disneyland. And they have her come up and they ask her, okay, what is your name? Like, what tribe are you from? And she says, hi, I'm so-and-so, and I'm from America. And they said, the American tribe. And what makes you a fierce warrior or something like, or what makes you strong?
For others.
Mm-hmm.
So cute.
And it is literally the cutest video I've ever seen. I cried. I'm gonna link it in the description for this episode. It is just too cute.
So my last one.
Okay.
Comes to no surprise of anyone.
No.
Expand and update Galaxy's Edge. The biggest problem I find with Galaxy's Edge is that they set it in sequel era because there's not that many characters that they could have from those movies.
I agree.
Because all we really get are Rey, Chewie, Kylo, and maybe Finn. Finn hasn't shown up.
I have never seen Finn.
I've seen him like 3 or 4 times, but that was pre-pandemic. They haven't brought him back post-pandemic.
I'm sure like at Star Wars night here, they might have him and Poe and like a few others show up. Yeah. Maybe Darth Vader. Who knows?
Yeah. It will probably be more like Star Wars weekends for y'all. Star Wars night.
Yeah.
Well. But those are really the characters that they can have from the movies. Because everyone else is old.
Yeah.
Or Poe.
Yeah.
So I would change it to the original trilogy for nostalgia factor and the recognizability of characters. And also that's what Star Wars seems to be focusing on right now.
I agree.
And like the rides wouldn't change that much, except for Rise of the Resistance would be Rise of the Rebellion. And it would be captured by the Empire. And like Han Solo and Luke saving you rather than Finn and Poe.
Yeah. But that would be an easy change to make.
Yeah. And Vader instead of Kylo.
Mm-hmm. That might be a little more difficult, but...
I don't know. Who knows?
Doesn't he have that big animatronic?
He has the one, yeah. It's a couple, but I know which one you're talking about. That one would probably be difficult.
The one where he gets sucked into the vacuum of space. Yeah.
But, like, the characters you could have are so many. And most of them were at Star Wars weekends. For our Rebels that were at Star Wars weekends, we had Luke, Leia, Han, Chewie, R2, and 3PO.
Yeah. You can also have Boba Fett, and
he was already there. You could have
Lando.
Vader. He was never at Star Wars weekends. Lando wasn't.
You can, though.
You can.
He could.
You could have the Ghost Crew, because they already have Chopper, Ezra, and Sabine. They just never made Hera, Zeb, and Kanan.
And then you could also do Ahsoka.
Yeah, like her Rebels
adult
look.
Ahsoka. Yeah.
And you could do
and Mando
and Mando and Grogu and Cad Bane and the Bad Batch. Do you know how big the Bad Batch is right now? They're selling Bad Batch merch in studios. We never got like animated stuff, and it's getting sold out in studios. They made Wrecker's stuffed animal, his Lula, and it's sold out in days.
I believe it.
Bad Batch is huge right now. I would either do this, where you do the original trilogy all year round, or there's 12 months of the year, 3 trilogies. Split it up.
We've talked about that a little bit before.
Yeah. Where, like, I don't know, the first 4 months of the year, so January to April, is prequel. Then original trilogy in the summer months, which is perfect because Tatooine is hot. And then sequel for Christmas time.
So, before we move on to our
into the
updates that we have
and the 2022 plans and updates.
Speaking of Star Wars, I think this is a perfect time to talk about this week's sponsor.
So, we are sponsored by Audible again, and I wanted to highlight this time around the Star Wars audiobooks. I specifically have read The Queen's Shadow and Queen Peril on Audible, and while you're reading them, it's like you're watching a Star Wars film. They put in all the sound effects of like blasters and the ships and droids and everything in to make it sound like you're watching a Star Wars film.
Yeah, and if you follow our link in the description, you get a 30-day free trial of Audible, which includes 2 book credits. And I don't know how many those books are, but most
Each
books
one are 1 credit.
Okay, there you go. 1 credit. You can get both of them.
Yes. There you go.
So, yeah. Go ahead and follow that link down below, or you can go to audibletrial.com/fanfatales and get that 30-day free trial and get your 2 free Audible credits.
Yes.
That's your 2 free if you're a member, 1 if you're not Prime member. Sorry, I should have clarified.
Yes. And you should read those 2 Padme books before the 3rd one comes out later this year. I'm so excited. That one comes out in, I don't know when it comes out, but it's going to be Attack of the Clones era Padme.
Ooh, my favorite.
I know it's your favorite. I'm excited.
That's my favorite. So maybe I'll have to read them.
Yeah, they're so good. How have you not as a Padme fan?
I don't know. I never even knew they existed till recently when you told me.
Another great Star Wars one is the Leia book. It shows 16-year-old Leia finding out about the rebellion and joining.
Ooh. Is that one on Audible?
Yes. I also read it on Audible.
Awesome. So go ahead and follow that link once again. That's audibletrial.com/fanfatales for a 30-day free trial, 1 free Audible book credit if you are not a Prime member, and 2 free credits if you are a Prime member. Go get those books read, y'all.
Yes.
So, moving on. There is a lot of expansion going on with Disneyland right now. A lot of it is proposed.
World, but all the stuff that I have is like coming out in the near future.
Okay. A lot of what's going on in Disneyland is proposed. Let me start with what's for sure happening this year, and then we'll get into it. So, starting with hotels, the Disneyland Hotel is getting a huge, renovation. Imagineers are working on bringing more elements of Disney storytelling to the resort property, inspired by Walt Disney Animation Studios' classic movies. So hopefully we'll get to see some of the like golden age of Disney, some Cinderella, some Snow White, Peter Pan, that kind of thing in the Disneyland Hotel. In addition, they're also going to add a new pool and recreation area and more room options to make it the ideal base for any visitor to Disneyland in 2022 and beyond. Just a heads up, everything that I'm reading for the most part is directly from Disney themselves. I may paraphrase, but it's all from them.
Same with mine.
So the next big thing that a lot of you already know about is that Mickey's Toontown is getting an enormous revamp. Literally, it's huge.
Our Toontown.
I know. So one of the new areas coming to Toontown is going to be called Centennial Park.
Okay.
And this is going to be the first space that guests are going to see when they enter after passing the facade of Small World. The natural space is going to be anchored by 2 interactive play experiences. At the center of Centennial Park is going to be a fountain, which is designed for play, which will also become the center for Mickey's Toontown. At its base, there's going to be water tables that are going to invite guests to play with the water and have a sensory experience. And at night, the fountain will be brought to life in a unique spectacle. A nearby dreaming tree will be inspired by the tree a young Walt Disney would daydream under in his hometown. And there's going to be sculpted tree roots that are going to provide an opportunity for children to play, crawl, and explore, and topography such as rolling hills, and that will offer a place to sit down and dream. In addition to reopening in 2023, the new family-friendly adventures
and adventurous Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railroad.
Yeah. Okay.
Or Railway.
Okay, so in addition to reopening in 2023, the new family-friendly and adventurous Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway will be joining Mickey's Toontown. And it will also still be home to many beloved characters, including Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Goofy, Donald Duck, and a few more. So, finally, we're going to get Runaway Railway. It was such a success in Florida that we're going to get it over here, and I can't wait.
It's so good.
Yeah. Also starting in 2022 are Disneyland Resort Nighttime Spectaculars. So guests at the Disneyland Resort will be thrilled to once again enjoy some of their favorite nighttime spectaculars beginning this spring. So the first thing that's coming back is going to be the Main Street Electrical Parade, and it will be celebrating its 50th anniversary.
Jeez.
Right? Yes. So this is going to be led by the iconic train and drum unit featuring Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Goofy, proclaiming in lights. Disneyland presents Main Street Electrical Parade, and the parade is going to bring back many guest favorites, including Elliot the Dragon and floats from Alice in Wonderland, Cinderella, and Peter Pan. We're also going to see the return of Fantasmic, the must-see Disneyland show for nearly 30 years. It's Disney's longest-running nighttime spectacular, and it also okay, that's really it. Just kidding. Let's see. The next thing that's going to be coming back is World of Color. I've been waiting for this one. It has a unique combination of music, fire, and fog and laser effects with Disney animation projected onto an immense screen of water. It is an unforgettable kaleidoscope of color at Disney California Adventure, and it celebrates the magic and the fun of Disney and Pixar. It's all set to a soaring soundtrack. Audiences are immersed in some of the favorite Disney movies with memorable sequences of animation and music, including scenes like Wall-E and Eve zipping through the cosmos and Pocahontas exploring just around the river bend. Also coming is going to be a fireworks spectacular, Disneyland Forever, which will be a sky-high celebration filled with sparkling pyrotechnics and immersive projections that envelop guests in a breathtaking journey with a surprising special effects. Main Street USA and a few other spots in Disneyland become a magical canvas and are swept into the world of dreams, from flying above the London skyline with Peter Pan to dancing with King Louie in the Jungle Book. And the inspiring closing song is Kiss Goodnight. the last little bit of exciting there's a few other little exciting entertainments. Like we're going to get a Celebrate Gospel like fair type deal.
Okay.
Fair, or is it a show? I can't quite tell.
I can't tell either from this.
Yeah.
Oh, it says choir performances during the month of February.
There you go. Choir performances during the month of February.
This next one sounds like the Festival of the Lion King that I keep on talking about.
Exactly. So the next one is the Tale of the Lion King. It's the Fantasyland Theater at Disneyland, which is going to become the home to the Tale of the Lion King, which did debut in 2019. And it's going to be brought to life by the storytellers of the Pride Lands. The last little thing is some awesome festivals that are coming back. We're going to have a Lunar New Year festival at Disney's California Adventure. It's going to be a celebration that commemorates the traditions of Chinese, Korean, and Vietnamese cultures. And the festival is going to be filled with multicultural performances, kid-friendly crafts, culinary delights, beautiful decor, celebratory merchandise, and live entertainment. And this is going to be running from January 21st through February 13th. Let's see. So there's going to have a lot of a lot of beloved Disney characters that are going to be showing up at this Lunar New Year festival, including Mulan, Mushu, Mickey and Minnie, the Three Pigs, and they're all going to be wearing their cherished Lunar New Year attire. And the celebration is also...
It's also going to include another character. I'm reading it right now.
We'll get there.
Okay.
So, also included is going to be a traditional Lucky Wishes wall from Mulan's New Year procession, which is going to be a performance that honors family, friendship, and the potential for a fortune-filled new year, which I think sounds like a great time.
Yeah.
I honestly think that'll sound so much fun. Adding to the excitement, Raya from Raya and the Last Dragon will make her first appearance at Disneyland Resort. During this celebration, guests are invited to welcome Raya and catch a glimpse of the glistening dragon gem along the blooming Kumandran flower. Is that how you say it?
I think so.
Kumandran? I think that's how you say it. Flowers, which are going to be nestled deep in the heart of the Redwood Creek Challenge Trail. A sip and savor pass will be available for select food and non-alcoholic beverages at participating Lunar New Year marketplaces, which all are going to feature delicious Asian cuisine. The next one is going to be the Disney California Adventure Food and Wine Festival, which returns in 2022 with its unique quote-unquote tour of California regions and neighborhoods from March 4th to April 26th of 2022.
So early.
Yeah.
Ours is in October.
Oh, yeah. Ours is, early in the year.
Yeah. I think it's because they do, Oktoberfest for one of the booths for Germany and stuff like that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
This festival is a showcase for delicious fare, vibrant entertainment, festival merchandise, and even time with Chef Goofy. A dozen festival marketplaces will be open and offering mouth-watering bites and beverages for every plate. Complimentary culinary destinations with visiting local, celebrity, and Disney chefs will return for park guests to enjoy on Saturdays and Sundays during the festival. To further enhance the festival experience, guests may book and purchase signature events such as the Carthy Circle, winemaker receptions, and the wine, beer, and mixology education and tasting seminars. This event also has a sip and savor pass for the festival's marketplace offerings. Additional details about the upcoming Lunar New Year celebration and Disney California Adventure Wine and Food Festival will soon be shared on Disneyland.com. So if you want to get the latest info on that, head over to Disneyland.com. They got you.
Mm-hmm.
Last but not least, for this little section, Cars Land turns 10 this year. I cannot believe it. I thought it just opened recently. I feel like it just opened.
Yeah. So,
in 2022, it is an unforgettable milestone at Disneyland Resort, including the 10th anniversary of the major expansion of Disney's California Adventure. On June 15th, 2012, the first guests strolled through the new Buena Vista Street with shops, architecture, and retheming of the reminiscent Los Angeles of the late 20s and early 1930s. Guests also discovered Cars Land, where car residents like Lightning McQueen and Tow Mater cruise along Route 66 in Radiator Springs. The grand new attraction in the land, Radiator Springs Racers, has become as popular as the blockbuster cars from films The grand new attraction in the land, Radiator Springs, has become as popular as the blockbuster Cars films from Disney and Pixar. So I'm sure they're going to have special, like, Cars Land 10th anniversary type deal going on. So I guess there's a few more. Okay. So next is going to be the Disney After Dark limited time events. So Disney After Dark events return with more nights of after-hour fun on select nights in 2022. Sweethearts Night will be presented on 5 evenings in February in Disneyland, Villains Night in 2 evenings in March at Disney California Adventure, and Star Wars Night on 3 evenings in May at Disneyland. This includes the eve of May the 4th. The tickets just went on sale this morning. I'm sure most of those tickets are already gone by the time this episode comes out. But
I'm actually checking for a live update right now.
It'll probably take forever. You'll probably be stuck in the queue forever.
Oh no, it says less than a minute.
Oh, okay.
Continue.
So, this is more nights than have ever been offered for these limited time events, and they each have unique themes, character experiences, special nighttime entertainment, and more. Tickets are limited and will be available at disneyland.com/Disneyland After Dark. I will also put that link down below. With sales for Sweethearts Night, which began on December 9th, 2021, sales for Villains Night and Star Wars Night began on January 11th, 2022, which was this morning.
So only May the 3rd has availability.
Got it. There you go. You heard it. Only May the 3rd has availability.
Yes.
So, the last little bit is that there are some new shops and plans for the Downtown Disney District, which is going to continue its evolution as a premier venue for innovative shopping, dining, and entertainment experiences. Specialty retailers Pele Soccer and Love Pop will soon be opening shops in downtown Disney. Pele Soccer is a stadium-themed store offering soccer gear from renowned global sports brands and national team jerseys from around the world at the shop named after Pele, the legendary Brazilian superstar. Love Pop offers eye-catching 3D pop-up cards and gifts that take paper art to new heights. Created by two ship designers, Love Pop combines engineering and modern technology with the ancient art form of kirigami, a variation of origami that intricately cuts paper rather than folding.
Which both of those are already in ours.
Yeah, so we're going to get them.
Yeah.
So coming also is Post 21, which is going to be a new Black-owned, woman-owned retailer offering curated, modern, design-forward merchandise from Black-owned businesses, including products for family, home, gifting, and more. Guests will find the specialty kiosk between World of Disney and Starbucks. Also, continuing the momentum that began in 2018, a multi-year project will begin January of 2022, which plans to transform the former AMC Theaters building and adjacent area into a stunning new lifestyle space. Drawing inspiration from Southern California mid-century modern architecture, the area will be a beautiful blend of vibrant colors and palettes, multicultural designs, elements, and patterns, an open lawn for relaxation and future events, and even a broader collection of dining and shopping. So, a lot is already coming.
Yes.
I need a second. I need some water.
Okay.
So a lot is already coming, and it all sounds great, right? Ready for these nights, ready for new fireworks, ready for Fantasmic to come back. However, you don't really hear much about revamping roller coasters that they already have or expanding new lands or anything like that, right?
Right.
So that is because Disney is currently battling with the city of Anaheim to get this project moving forward, which is called Disney Forward. And it is a project where they will expand the parks and create new shopping districts. And I'll get into that in a second. But basically, they recently announced that they're trying to work with the city of Anaheim to expand the Disneyland Resort. But the city has really strict zoning regulations and laws, and the zoning board has basically said to Disney, no, we're not going to let you guys expand. So the Disneyland Forward team has been very clear in stressing that they do not have plans to buy or take over any land that they do not already own, rather that they want to rezone and appeal to change the permits for lands that they already own.
Okay.
So there's a lot of residents in Anaheim that are worried that this expansion project means that their homes or that their businesses are going to get taken over, which is not the case. They want to take 2 parking lots that already exist and turn that into expanded park area.
Oh.
So, the construction focus with Disneyland Forward, if it were to happen in the future, would be using union contractors for the majority of future development, implementing a local hire program that would benefit Anaheim and Orange County residents, including a veteran hiring component, which I really like.
Yeah.
It's also going to have, diversity outreach, including hiring minority, women, LGBTQ, and disadvantaged businesses. It's also going to be using environmentally responsible techniques throughout the design and construction, as well as creating thousands of good-paying new jobs throughout the constructions and operations.
Okay.
It's not an exact number, but it's estimated that in operations alone, a new 2,500 jobs will be made with this expansion.
It's almost
that's
like,
in operations alone.
Oh, what was it? FDR's New Deal? Disney's
Something
New Deal.
like that.
What?
Yeah. So their continued investment focus would be comprehensive a comprehensive workforce development program that supports Anaheim kids and residents, advocacy for support of permanent, supportive, and affordable housing projects to help address community needs, support of local nonprofit organizations that provide critical services to Anaheim residents, as well as continued community engagement to ensure financial support is focused on Anaheim's most pressing needs. So not only are they looking to expand their parks, but they want to expand their community outreach. And their investment in the parks would help for community outreach, which I think is great.
Yeah.
So they have a few proposed new lands and attractions. A lot of them are already going into parks now, so they would not need to be redesigned in any way except for maybe to fit the space. But these proposed expansions to Disneyland and Disney California Adventure would be added to the west of existing Disneyland and DCA. These expansions would take over the Simba parking lot and the downtown Disney parking area. The proposed expansion would not pass Magic Way, which would leave cast members parking intact, nor would it expand beyond Walnut to the west, which would take over residential. So they're like stopping it to make sure cast member parking stays and residential does not get touched.
Okay.
So to allow guests to cross Disneyland Drive without breaking the magic, a walking bridge to cross from current parks to the proposed expansions would be built. And the possible lands that they want to put in these expansions are Frozen Land, where guests can explore around Arendelle with a thrilling boat ride and a restaurant set inside a castle. Tangled, which I'm super excited about. I need this in my life. I need this so bad. But Tangled, which would have Rapunzel's Tower, which overlooks a charming forest where guests can board gondolas to the Lantern Festival to live Rapunzel's best day ever with Flynn. And a restaurant where she befriended the thugs from the film would also be featured. So we'd have the Snuggly Duckling and like the best part of the movie. Like, come on.
Yes.
I need this.
Also, you could do stuff with the TV show.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, how many people could you have walking around? Like, how many of the recognizable thugs? Like, Rapunzel, Flynn, Pascal, Cass,
Maximus, Varian.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Sweet Monty's, sweet shop. Or Monty's Sweet Shop.
Yeah. Like, there's so many things you can have. I'm here for it.
This next one also reminded me of another idea I've had. Change Tom Sawyer's Island and Adventureland over here to this
to Peter Pan.
Yeah, to Peter Pan and make it Neverland. And maybe that's where you could put in the Pixie Hollow meet and greet.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So Neverland would feature 2 attractions. One that, with the help of Tinkerbell, takes guests on a boat ride following the Lost Boys down a river, and the other taking the guests on a journey to the middle of Pixie Hollow, where Tinkerbell and her fairy friends live. The area also includes a restaurant with spectacular views inspired by the Lost Boys' iconic hideout, which I think would be so cool.
Yeah.
And all of those 3 would be added to Disneyland. That's where they would be proposed for. The next 3 would be proposed to be added to California Adventure. So currently under construction at Shanghai Disneyland, they have Zootopia coming in. And they want to propose to put that in at California Adventure, where guests will be invited to experience the mammalian metropolis of Zootopia, where anyone can be anything, with a new major attraction that will seamlessly blend Disney storytelling and state-of-the-art technology to bring this fan-favorite movie and its characters to life. Next, is going to be Toy Story Land, which is already a part of Hollywood Studios, as you've already mentioned.
Yes.
In which guests shrink down to the size of a toy and join the fun in this toy-filled land inspired by Toy Story films. Guests can take a ride on Slinky Dog Dash, and they can also join the little green aliens as they swirl about their rocket ship toys and the aliens swirling saucers. This land would also include carnival games and a restaurant, Woody's Lunchbox. I would assume they would move Midway Mania over there too.
Yeah, that's where our Midway Mania is over with Toy Story.
Yeah. And the last one, which is also currently open in Shanghai Disneyland, would be Tron. So the Tron Light Cycle Run roller coaster would invite guests to sync the pedal to the moto metal while twisting and turning in the cyber-fi world of high-speed race for survival. So, lots of cool ideas. But one of the things that a lot of people are really concerned about is parking and transportation to the parks and like what it would do to traffic, right?
Yeah.
So, to support future development over the next few decades, Disney plans to significantly invest in transportation, parking, transit, and pedestrian safety measures to improve mobility throughout the Anaheim Resort. So in the future, Disney envisions creating a new parking destination on the east side of the Anaheim Resort, which would include a pedestrian bridge with upgraded entrance accessibility for hotels and businesses located along Harbor Boulevard. In addition, Disney will continue to work with the area businesses and the city to invest and encourage the use of public transit and ride sharing for our guests and cast. So, the new proposed parking structure on the east side of Harbor Boulevard was part of the original approval Disneyland got in the 90s in their last expansion, which included California Adventure, Downtown Disney, and the Grand Floridian. So, this one has already been approved. So, if they wanted to, they could just go ahead and build it.
Okay.
But they think that, like, without the expansion, it'd kind of be pointless.
I agree.
At least that's my perspective on, like, what it seems like.
Yeah.
That, like, without this new expansion and without the addition of all these new hotels and, like, areas that, like, adding this parking lot would be pointless because it would just be another parking lot.
Very true.
So, the traffic impacts, right? That's always something you have to worry about. Like, what's the traffic going to be like? So, Disneyland Resort has made significant investment over the years in parking and mobility throughout the Anaheim Resort area, which culminated in the Pixar Pals parking structure, which has significantly increased parking supply in the Anaheim Resort area. Parking, transportation, transit, and pedestrian safety investments are all a very important part of the future and will be considered with any projects made possible as a resort of Disneyland forward. In fact, as part of this process, the city will be updating the existing environmental impact report for the Disneyland Resort project, which will include a thorough analysis of potential environmental impacts and will identify mitigation measures to address and reduce impacts.
Okay.
So basically, all that fancy language means they want to work with the city to make sure that traffic isn't really an issue, transportation isn't really an issue, parking isn't really an issue. And on top of that, increase pedestrian safety, which is so important. How many times do you hear, oh, drunk driver by Disneyland ran over 30 people?
Yeah.
Right? You don't hear it often, but it happens.
Yeah.
somebody ran a light and hit 4 people in the crosswalk, you know? So it's always something that's really important. And I love that they want to add pedestrian bridges just to improve pedestrian safety, because there's constantly people walking around in Anaheim.
Yeah.
So lastly, would be a new downtown Disney, because with this expansion that they have proposed, a lot of downtown Disney would get reabsorbed into Disneyland and Disney's California Adventures. So where the heck would downtown Disney go? So, this new expansion plan would also actively integrate existing hotels into the new resort. So, like, the hotels would essentially be integrated into the parks.
Oh.
Which is pretty cool. I don't know if you'd be able to, like, walk out and walk down around Main Street, but, like, you'd be able to look over the parks.
That's cool. I mean, of course, and I'll get into it a little bit later with the new hotel that Disney's getting, Disney World's getting. Mm-hmm. But that's pretty much their plan with that, with studios.
Yeah. So, the new downtown Disney district would be moved to the corner of Harbor Boulevard and West Catella. And in this new expansion, it would be catty corner to the existing parks. So, not across the street, but like corners.
Okay.
Diagonal. So this would also include a huge shopping district, as well as a new hotel and dining locations, as well as additional small parking.
Okay.
So this seems like, I think it's a great expansion. I'm currently on the email list for Disneyland Forward, so I will keep you guys updated as I am updated. Cool. And you can guarantee as soon as I move to Orange County, I'm going to register to vote in Orange County, because I need to be able to vote on this.
Yes.
As soon as I can. That is, if they open it up to a public vote. But I need to make sure this happens, because I think it would be so great for the city of Anaheim, especially considering how much money they lost over the past year.
Yeah.
Because of Disneyland being closed and the lack of tourism. Like, over the past 2 years, the impact on the city has been astronomical, and so many small businesses that would have been patronized by Disney patrons were not patronized and had to close. And that was one of the saddest things going last June and seeing, was how many small businesses were closed and how many storefronts were empty.
Yeah.
So I really think that this would be great.
I think so too.
Yeah. If you agree, go read up on this, you guys. This is a lot of it. But there's so much more to read, and like, get on the email list. Pay attention if you want to be a part of this, because like, if you support this expansion, because Disney has made it like astronomically clear that they do not want to relocate people out of their homes. Yeah. And that they are just petitioning to rezone land that they already own. So please do your own research, look into it. I think this is a great idea.
Same.
Again, just my opinions. Okay, now I need to stop talking for a little while, so I'm going to let Emma talk for a little while.
Alrighty.
So, Emma.
Yes.
Fill us in, now that I've completely filled everybody in on the Disneyland expansions. What's happening over in Florida?
So a lot of these are 2022 plans that I will be mentioning and will be coming out this year during the 50th anniversary celebration. The first thing, which I'm very excited about, is that all park trams will return. Because of how big Disney World is, our parking lots, we have to have trams to take us to the entrance of the parks. Mm-hmm. But they shut that down during COVID. Mm-hmm. So you've had to walk what used to be like a 5-minute tram ride to the front to get all the way up there. So it's going to be like a huge convenience thing. They were down the last time I was there, but they've started to bring it back up already. Mm-hmm. I'm very excited about that. This next one is also transportation. It is the new airport train that will be coming out in 2026. It's the only change.
Which we've already talked about.
Yeah. The only real thing I'm going to highlight is it's going to be by Bright Light, and it was set by the state of Florida to connect, like, pretty much Tallahassee, where my university is, to the bottom. But they decided to add, like, its own little route from the Orlando Airport, MCO, to the Disney station. And they're looking at two different routes right now. One, which would cost $1.03 billion, with a B. And another one that would cost $2.1 billion.
That's really expensive.
Yeah, which is when I'm like, why are we doing this, state of Florida? Why can we not just have the free buses from MCO to Disney? But it's whatever. At this point,
So can you outline what each different plan is? I'm intrigued.
Yes. So the $1.03 billion would go along 417, and 417 is like one of the major roads in Orlando that like heads to Disney. Like that's the road I take to get to Disney from my house. And it would be 342,000 square feet of bridges and involve 3 private properties.
Okay.
And then there's the State Route 528 route, which was the $2.1 billion one, which would require 1.9 million square feet in bridges and affect over 70 private properties and involve a complex arrangement with Sunrail, which is the main Orlando train system that we already have. So basically, they're getting rid of private properties and basically doing the opposite of Disneyland and making people pay for airport transportation.
Yeah. So it sounds to me like the first option is a great option because it only involves 3 properties.
Yeah.
Rather than 70.
Over 70.
Yeah.
But
what are the benefits of the other one?
Nothing really. Because
lame.
Yeah. I don't like it. It was supposed to start next year, like, opening. And it wasn't even going to be to, like, the hotels. Like, the Magical Express would take you to your hotel. Mm-hmm. That was the luxury of it. And it would pick up your bags for you at bag claim. So you would just go to the Magic Express thing. Not worry about your bag until you get to the hotel. But they got rid of that. And added this whole thing where you have to pay for it and now go through bag claim and all that crap.
Ridiculous.
And, like, it takes you to Disney Springs and not even your hotel.
Your hotel?
And Disney Springs is so far from most hotels on Disney property. It's stupid. I hate it. And now we're going to get into some of the parks. Hollywood Studios has no real update besides Fantasmic coming out or coming back at some point this year. No release date yet. But Epcot, they just opened Space 220, I think is the name of the restaurant. I should have looked that up. But it is, it's Space 220 restaurant. And it is a fine dining restaurant, and it looks like you're in space. It's right next to where Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind will be, which will be housed in the former Universe of Energy with pavilion. And this whole area will now showcase science, technology, and intergalactic adventure. And the other offerings in the World Discovery area of Epcot will be a Play Pavilion, Space 220, Restaurant, Mission Space, and Test Track. And then the other side will be, like, Earth and not, like, science and technology, and we're evolving. But it's going to be, like, nature, which we'll cover in a little bit.
That's cool.
Yeah, I really like it. But Imagineering is calling this an Omni-Coaster ride system. And it's a collaboration between Walt Disney Imagineering and Vekoma, which is a Netherlands-based roller coaster manufacturer. And Cosmic Rewind's vehicles will be able to rotate 360 degrees and do a reverse launch, a first for Walt Disney World.
What in the hell?
and it will open in the summer of this year with no official date.
That sounds terrifying. 360 degrees. That means like around the whole track?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Well, no, like that.
Not like around the
No, not like a
track.
Like,
okay.
Oh, maybe around the track.
I thought it meant like you could go like the track would be like a tube, and you could go sitting on
Maybe.
top to sitting on the bottom, back to sitting on top, right?
Cosmic Rewind. I don't know, like, Gaby, Disney World's website sucks, so I got a lot of this information from various Disney blogs.
Yeah. See, I really like the Disney Parks blog, and I really
That's
like
what I used.
the Disney. Yeah. Well, that's it. That's an official Disney Park blog.
Okay.
That's an official Disney blog. Yeah. Disney Parks blog, and there's one other one. Disneyland News, I think, is another one.
So, no, it's going to be the ride system rotates because it just looks like a normal track system.
Okay, so the track system doesn't rotate. The vehicle itself rotates.
The vehicle itself.
Okay.
Will go in a full 360.
Okay.
Still
so
terrifying.
so the ride car itself will be able to rotate like the ride cars in Haunted Mansion.
Yes,
just
but a full
360
rather than like 180.
180, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
I'm gonna jump a little bit forward. The Connections Cafe and Eatery will be coming to Epcot's World Celebration neighborhood, which is like the little area right before the World Showcase.
Mm-hmm.
And menu and pricing details have yet to be revealed, so we don't really know what's going on with this new eatery.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. And then the last big update to Epcot, which I'm very excited about.
Me too.
And this will be in like the nature side of the Imagination Pavilion, which is like the opening part, which is where Living with the Land and Nemo and Seas is the first ever attraction based on the Walt Disney animated film Moana, and it is Moana Journey of Water.
I'm so excited.
I am too. And this will be a water maze with lush environment where guests can interact with living water in a beautiful and inspiring setting. Construction is now vertical on Moana Journey of Water, and it's reasonable to expect that it will debut in late 2022 or early 2023, but Walt Disney World has not had an official update yet.
Yeah, okay.
And then one other that I remember that they're doing, it's also going to be in like this, it's going to be the middle section between the technology and nature.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be called like Dreamer's Cove or something, and it's going to have like Walt Disney statues and be like a really calming place to go to.
That's really cool. So it sounds like the area that they're putting in Toontown with the big old tree.
Yeah, it's just going to be an Epcot. I'm excited.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah. And then
This episode is so long.
Magic Kingdom. We're going to be getting the Tron Light Cycle Run roller coaster, which is under construction behind Space Mountain in Magic Kingdom's Tomorrowland, and it's going to be a clone of the Shanghai ride.
Okay, for sure. Yeah.
And it comes out later this year. I think it was an October date I was getting.
Nice.
So like right around when the 50th closes.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're gonna get Festival of Fantasy and Mickey's Royal Friendship Fair back in 2022. Festival of Fantasy is the iconic parade that fills the park with stunning floats and characters as it wows guests. It has the Maleficent that breathes fire.
Oh, that's cool. Ours is in Phantasmic.
Well, no, this is like a parade float. I'll have to send you a video of the float.
This is the one that's like caught on fire a few times, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, I've seen it.
Okay. I was there the day that parade opened.
That's cool.
Fun fact. And then Mickey's Royal Friendship Fair is a sweet stage show held in front of Cinderella Castle, and it offers a chance to see characters such as Anna and Elsa, Tiana and friends like Naveen and Louie. Is that the alligator's name?
Yeah.
And I think like pirates like Peter Pan and Hook and them.
Cool.
And it's just a really cute little storytelling experience. I really like it because it incorporates some of the newer stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
That's something we need here. We don't have a lot of the newer stuff. The last renovation was done in the 90s, except for Pixar PAL, which was updated in 2018. So.
Yeah. And then on our final park, not our final thing though, is Everest is having a major refurbishment period from January 4th, 2022 until mid-April. And there's no news of if they're
fixing the Yeti
or what they're doing for the next 4 months for this major ride.
At this point, the Yeti has become such a meme that, like...
If I was Disney Park CEO, I would just have a Meet the Yeti character meet and greet outside. And it just stuck like that.
Yes. Oh my gosh, just use the broken Yeti.
Yes, Disney's broken Yeti.
Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed.
Well, like, Sean just went to Animal Kingdom the other day, and they were able to do, like, the whole park in, like, half a day. With there's no rides, and all the shows are, like, pretty much closed down except for a celebration of the Festival of the Lion King, so they're not even doing the full show yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm mad.
And then the stupid kite one, that's ridiculously funny.
Yeah. And then Finding Nemo, The Big Blue and Beyond. Disney has recently announced that the Finding Nemo show will in fact return, and it will have a new story called Finding Nemo, The Big Blue and Beyond. And all we know is 2020 is confirmed. We haven't had a debut date of the show, but I do know 2022. But we haven't had a debut date of the new show. I do know that they're holding auditions right now for it and callbacks for characters in it because I'm in the theater community in Orlando, so everyone I know and their mother is auditioning for it right now. So, who knows? I'm excited. I'm excited to see the changes. It needed updates.
Yeah.
I hope they keep the puppets, so I'll be upset if they change the puppets out for anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then Disney World's last expansion, which opens on March 1st of this year. So it's our newest one.
They missed a really golden opportunity to open it on May the 4th.
Yeah, they could have just kept it 2 months later.
Yeah, May the 4th would have been amazing. So
it is the Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser Resort, and it opens on March 1st of 2022 behind Galaxy's Edge in Hollywood Studios. The resort is slated to offer a 2-night itinerary where all guests arrive and depart at the same time, similar to a Disney Cruise Line ship. Mm-hmm. And the vacation package includes a 2-night stay in a cabin or suite, ongoing immersive and interactive entertainment where choices determine your experience, food and beverages on the Star Cruiser excluding alcoholic and specialty beverages, and a quick service meal at Docking Bay 7 Food and Cargo or other select locations at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Admission to Disney's Hollywood Studios for your planetary excursion to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, valet parking, and an exclusive Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser Magic Band.
Wow, that's actually pretty good for the price.
Yeah.
That's pretty decent.
I was trying to explain this to my dad, and he still doesn't think so.
I think that's actually a pretty decent... Like, I feel like that's what you would normally spend on that kind of thing.
Like, park admission, and also, something it doesn't include here is while you're at Hollywood Studios, you get, Genie Plus for those rides. So it's not even like you're spending your whole day waiting for the Star Wars rides.
Yeah. Okay. I think this is actually pretty decent. At first I was like, oh my gosh, that's ridiculous. But now that I'm like hearing all of the things that it comes with, I'm like,
It's
not too shabby.
That bad. It's not that bad. And they're adding new characters and stuff. I don't know much about the new characters. I know one of my friends auditioned for one of them because he's legit perfect for it, because it was like a performer in the like nightclub on the ship who needed to be a guitar player who's amazing at improv, and it was going to be a Twi'lek or a Torguda character. I know.
I saw that casting call, actually.
But my friend Xander is a guitar player who like specialized in improv in high school and did a lot of improv training, so he auditioned for it. I don't know if he got in, but that'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
And then pricing for sample standard cabin rates are starting from 2 guests per cabin, which is $1,209 per guest per night, or $4,809 for the voyage total. 3 guests per cabin, 2 adults and 1 child, $889 per guest per night, or $5,299 for the voyage total. Or 4 guests per cabin, 3 adults and 1 child, which would be $749 per guest per night, or $5,999 voyage total.
I don't know why their sample pricing didn't include 2 adults and 2 children.
I don't either.
Like, that feels like that would be the most logical.
Thank you. Because I was like, what would it cost for a family of 4?
A 4, yeah. That's like what people want to know. Who's gonna be like, oh, what's 3 adults? Like parents and like another parent's like side partner? I don't know.
But like, this is also like, again, with this, I wish it was set not in sequel trilogy. But like, I was looking at like a sample itinerary, and it included like lightsaber training and all this other stuff.
Yeah, I saw that stuff.
Like, it's so cool. Like, I would pay it.
Yeah.
Disney's
I feel like Disney needs to start sponsoring us, honestly. Yeah, I feel like that's pretty reasonable for what you get. Like, you could easily spend $4,809 for 2 people, for park admissions, for park hoppers, for hotel, food,
remember
souvenirs,
that
everything.
This is only a 2-night stay, though.
Yeah, but still.
True.
Like, when we went, I mean, this is comparing California to Florida, but when we went in June.
One-day passes.
When we went in June, it ended up being $1,200 for us to go. Which, I mean, is not even close to that. But we also ate out.
You're paying for with a Disney cruise ship. You're paying for all of your meals. Like, that's the biggest thing on here. Like, meals cost so much.
Yeah.
And you get the Genie Plus, which is like an arm and a leg.
But like,
I'm so used to looking at the Florida resident tickets. Hold on. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, for this next time that I go, I think I might try it. See how I like it. Oh, the other thing I forgot to mention. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot this. In 2022, magic bands are coming to Disneyland.
Oh, yeah.
I just can't believe I forgot. Yeah, we're getting magic bands.
Hold on, I'm looking for like a date in June or July.
When it's busy?
Yeah, like when it's really busy. So, per adult, I just did 2 adults for this first price. For a 1-day pass is $126 in the middle of June.
Is that for park hopper though?
No, this is a single day, because I think this is also a single day because it's just studios.
Okay.
So I was comparing it if...
Yeah.
So, yeah, so $126 per adult.
Yeah.
Like...
I don't think it's too shabby.
I don't think so either. Yeah, so like that $1,209 just for 2 adults to go for 1 day to Hollywood Studios in peak time is $252.
Yeah.
That's not including hotel.
Not including parking.
No.
Not including food.
Yeah. Not including Genie plus however much that is.
I think it's decent. Plus, it's
decent.
an immersive experience.
Yeah.
You're paying for the experience as well.
Yeah. I'm surprised Universal hasn't done this with Harry Potter yet.
Right? Get on
Stay
it,
in
Universal.
Hogwarts.
Let's go. I would do that in a heartbeat.
I know there's a hotel in London that's not sponsored by Warner Brothers that has, like, Harry Potter themed rooms.
I'm here for it. I want to go.
And I think it's, like, right near the studio tours.
I'm going to go. When I go to London. I don't know when, but I'm going to go.
We'll go together. A fan fatales trip.
We're going to go.
Yeah.
Kara, you hear that? You're coming.
Yeah, Kara, come on. Is there anything else you'd like to mention or anything?
I think we've wrapped it up. Is there any other fandom news you'd like to share for this week?
Or any other big news that came out?
Just in general, not necessarily about Disney.
I know, I'm trying to think if anything really came out besides
the results, right, of the Golden Globes came
out. And Andrew Garfield won Best Performance of an Actor in, like, a musical or something. Here, let me get it.
Yeah, musical / comedy.
I posted it on my Facebook, so let's see.
Yeah, it was Andrew Garfield won Best Actor in a musical / comedy is the category. And so congrats to him. Let's see, what else?
Best Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy was West Side Story.
Mm-hmm.
Nicole Kidman won for Best Performance by an Actress in a Motion Picture Drama.
Mm-hmm.
Rachel Ziegler won for Best Performance by an Actress in a Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy for West Side Story. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. She was up against Emma Stone for Cruella. Mm-hmm. Wow. Mm-hmm. And then Best Performance by an Actress in a Supporting Role in any Motion Picture went to Ariana DeBose for West Side Story.
Woohoo!
I was so happy when I found that out.
Me too.
Lin-Manuel Miranda did not win for Encanto.
I thought Encanto won something.
It won Best Motion Picture Animated.
Yeah, but not Best Motion Picture Soundtrack, right? Not the song.
Not Best Original Song, Motion Picture.
Yeah.
Billie Eilish won for No Time to Die. From No Time to Die. But, like, can we just talk about that category right now? Lin-Manuel Miranda was nominated. Beyonce was nominated. Billie Eilish was nominated. And Jennifer Hudson.
It should have been between Lin-Manuel and Beyonce.
Yeah. Beyonce was for Be Alive from King Richard, which was the Will Smith movie that he won for.
Mm-hmm.
And then Lin-Manuel Miranda for Encanto. I'm trying to see if anything else is big fandom stuff.
I think that's it.
Well, Dune won for Best Original Score in a Motion Picture.
Oh, yeah, the music from that was pretty good.
I haven't seen it yet. I'm seeing it on Friday.
I haven't seen it either, but I've heard clips in the music, and the trailer music was pretty good.
Yeah.
And then, remember, there was that one compilation for a while that people had that was half Prince of Egypt, half Dune?
Yes.
That one was really good.
Yes.
So.
Oh, and there was a musical news that came out earlier today that I found out, and I was gonna send it to you and then forgot. Broadway World posted it because they're my major news source. So Ben Frankhauser from Newsies and Phoenix Best are going to star in a world premiere of AD 16 at the Olney Theater Center. And AD 16 will be an inspiring and delightfully witty musical comedy that follows Mary Magdalene's quest to impress the boy next door, Jesus. And it's going to be like a modern retelling of the Mary Magdalene story. But Ben Frankhauser, who hasn't done anything since Newsies, is Jesus.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm so excited for this, honestly.
This will be interesting.
Yeah. And of course, Broadway shows are shutting down left and right.
Yeah.
But we love our swings and understudies.
We do. Go swings and understudies. Thank you so much for being such a great support. And
I think
anybody
one of my favorite stories besides what was it? The girl for Marion in Music Man that went on for her son.
Yeah, I saw that
2
one.
2 days into previews was Come From Away, which is normally 12 performers in the entire show. 8 of the tracks in that show for a performance during like all this Broadway craziness were swings or understudies.
Wow.
8 of the 12.
Yeah. So go out there and make sure you let those swings know that we love them and we support them and they're fantastic because they're so important.
Don't be disappointed when you find out that swings or understudies are going on.
No.
They're the hardest working people on Broadway.
They are, and they need your love and support too. So, there's that. So, I think we will see you guys in the outro.
Yep. Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Fan Fatales. We are a proud member of the Real Fans Network.
That's right, and there's a huge variety of shows to listen to, like Real Fans for Real Movies, Holy Batcast, the All Batman podcast, which Emma is currently super into.
Yes.
Disorder, every Disney movie, which I'm plowing through. We're getting through it.
Okay.
And Please Rewind, the Retro Movie Show, and many more.
Join us next week where we will be talking about a bunch of Harry Potter fan films found on YouTube.
Remember to subscribe to us wherever you get your podcasts.
We are on Apple, Spotify, and Google Podcasts, and subscribe to us on YouTube.
Please leave us a review or comment down below to tell us what you think of the show. Remember to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at FanFatalesPod for the latest updates and to possibly be featured in a future episode. Now, Emma, where can the people find you on social media?
So my Instagram and TikTok are both at SnippyEmma, which is SNIPPYEMMA. What about you, Gabs?
I'm at Gaby Gent on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. That's GABYJENT.
Our music is by our amazing friend, Maddie Macon.
And our editing is by the wonderful Carol Linsmeyer.
As always, thank you for tuning in.
Bye!